Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Eastern Hancock High School as we get ready for tonight's big basketball game between the Eastern Hancock Royals and the Greenfield-Central Cougars. We're going to start here in about 15 seconds with the JV games. These are two really good JV programs. The Royals have been on an absolute tear since really December. I mean, the 1st of December, I think they lost to New Pal, and then they have been on a tear since then.
Yep, nice job.
Playing really well. You want to plug in the PA so we can hear the starting lineups here?
It's a Michigan Cottage getaway, among other things.
Oh, they're talking right now about
Betting
the
is
silent
open
auction.
now through the start of the Varsity third quarter. All proceeds will directly support classroom needs. Thank you for supporting the Eastern Hancock Education Foundation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Eastern Hancock High School for this evening's junior varsity boys basketball matchup featuring the visiting Greenfield-Central Cougars and your Eastern Hancock Royals. And now for tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Cougars. At forward, a 6-foot junior, number 4, Cole Mullins. At guard, a 6-foot junior, number 5, Clay Mullins. At forward, a 6'2 junior, number 11, Cooper Hinton. At guard, a 6-foot junior, number 15, Isaac Roberts.
Got like something that.
And at guard, a 6'4 sophomore, number 30, Wyatt Freeman.
Yeah, somebody
The Cougars are coached by Mr. Will Bolden. And now for your Royals. Starting at one guard, a 5'10 sophomore, number 2, Parker Robertson. Also at guard, a 5'10 freshman, number 11, Noah Maddox. At guard, a 5'7 sophomore, number 32, Luke Lewis. At forward, a 5'11 sophomore, number 41, Gavin Jenkins. And at forward, a 6'1 freshman, number 55, Drew Morris. Your Royals are coached by Mr. Joe Paxton.
All right, you ready, Scott?
Hey, let's get this going.
We talked about these two teams. Greenfield starting 4 juniors on their JV. This is a team that we saw last year was really good and basically carried everybody over. I mean, this is an experienced JV team.
It reminds me of our team a couple years ago with Edric, Grant, and Spalding twins, where it was really heavy upperclassmen and a backload of guys on the JV.
So talk to us. Make sure everything, if you're watching, you're hopefully watching on YouTube or Facebook. Let us know how everything sounds and looks, that everything's working for you guys. Shot no good there by Clay Mullins, and Noah Maddox grabs the rebound.
Coach Paxton playing with a little shorter bench tonight. We've got one of our players out of town. We've got a C-team game going on right now, too. So
yeah.
And you can see right now, Cougars all over the place on defense. Good rebound from Parker.
Parker Robertson gets it over to Jenkins. Missed it.
Cougars come away. We got the Mullins twins here. I think that's Clay. To his brother.
Yeah, Clay's number 5, Cole's number 4. They swing it around here to Cooper Hinton.
Cooper, a pretty good football player.
We got a couple good football players on this team between both the JV and varsity. Shot by Roberts, no good. Drew grabs the rebound.
This could be a fun game watching Luke Lewis tonight. As much energy as Luke has been bringing, especially on the defensive end, going against Greenfield, that could be something. He really sparks us.
Jenkins goes hard, can't get it, tipped around. That's pulled down by Roberts.
2 good possessions from Royals, just can't convert.
Cole Mullins for 3, no. Morris another rebound. Nobody's telling us that we sound good or bad. Maybe we don't sound at all if nobody's chatting with us.
Man.
That one looks like Lewis lost that one off his foot for the first turnover of the game. So Clay Mullins finds Hinton. Now Cole Mullins gets pushed all the way out to the volleyball line. Again, Cougars being real patient here. I say that, and then Clay drives. Roberts drives, kicks back out to Cole. Freeman now drives on Parker, spin move. Oh, got that elbow up, but Parker trying to draw the foul, can't do it. That one comes off Jenkins, grabs that rebound.
Jenkins got the rebound. There was a block from Maddox. And they're just calling that elbow incidental contact on the way up. But
oh, Maddox somehow gets that through to Drew. Drew hard off the glass, gets it to fall.
Is it can you call it a Euro step if you go forward on the hop?
No, you also can't call it a Euro step if you're an offensive lineman. It is
fair enough.
It is an SEC step if you're an offensive lineman. So the same thing happens if Rubel as a tight end gets a Big Ten step.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
Isaac Roberts, no good. That one gets tipped out. That was a really heads-up play there by, was that Hinton that tapped that?
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing to knock that ball back because he knew he couldn't get the rebound.
Did he tap that back to Roberts? Did Roberts make that?
I was trying to figure out. I think it was. Let's give it to Roberts. It's kind of like two boxers feeling each other out right now.
Yes, it is.
Both teams trying to get some sort of continuity and
our scoreboard operator is not putting the fouls up there, so we didn't see who that foul was on. We can't hear very well. Noah Maddox gets it over to Parker. Now Lewis.
Good pass.
Nice pass through to Parker, back to Jenkins.
Oh, take it up, Gavin.
Parker gets too far, gets kind of bailed out there with the foul.
Yeah, Parker got leaning a little bit, and Roberts gets calls for the foul.
Yeah, we're down to the 3-minute mark of the first quarter, and it is a barn burner 2-2 tie. Hinton with the steal. Roberts lost it out of bounds.
Yep, airmails it. He thinks it got knocked out of his hands, but I didn't see that. Get it out of the trap. Gavin goes to the basket. Oh! He's going to draw the foul from Hinton, I believe, but he gets that a little bit. Yeah, gets that a little bit higher, and that's good. Man, missed opportunity.
Yep. So Gavin hits the first free throw. We got Blake Evans and Malachi Van checking in for the Cougars. Knocks them both home.
Uh-oh. We lost one of the Hintons. Mullins, yep, sorry.
Van can't get the putback, and Drew's right there.
Yep, good job, Drew. I think that was Cole Mullins. He just couldn't get that shot to fall, but he had a really good look because Drew couldn't get out there fast enough. Nice trap. And we're really getting pushed back on to start our offense. Maddox for three. Good.
There you go. Noah Maddox drills the three, assisted by Lewis. 7-2 Eastern Hancock lead with under 2 minutes to play here in the first. Van will take the three, way off the mark. Rebound, Cole Mullins.
Roberts got away with travel there, I think.
Well, right now, Greenfield just can't buy anything.
Nope.
Blake Evans, as I say that, knocks in the 3 to cut the lead back down to 2.
I think we're feeling pretty good, though, if they don't get their second basket till there's a little over a minute left in the quarter.
I agree.
That was some good defense from Van. Poked it away from Morris. He's able to recover. There you go.
Be physical, Drew. I think he kind of lost the handle. Luke gets on the floor, gets it back over to Maddox. One more to Parker. There we go. Off short. Drew, nice hustle, Drew, but unfortunately, nobody to save it to except for a couple of Cougars.
Good job, good recovery.
Roberts out here on the wing. Over to Clay Mullins, down to Cole, back to Clay at the top. Gets the screen from Van. Kicks it over. Blake Evans, the left-handed drive and the left-handed finger roll. Blake Evans is going to tie it at 7.
It comes off the bench with 5 points.
Yep. Luke Lewis probably going to hold for the last shot here. Tipped.
Just got to make sure we're protecting the ball.
Official pointed that as Greenfield ball.
Yeah,
oh, never mind.
Yeah, it should be us.
Then he changed his mind. It's like that was not the right call, but he got it. Jenkins splits the whole defense, puts it up.
I think he thought he was going to not have enough time. That was.
Coach Bechtel's down here on the sideline, adamant that it was after when it was a miss anyway. Yeah. He was like, no, it was after the horn, but it was a miss anyway. So, tie ball game at the end of the first quarter here of our JV game. Greenfield-Central 7, Eastern Hancock 7. You're watching the Eastern Hancock Sports Network.
Are you tired of unreliable internet? 9-Star Connect's high-speed fiber internet is here to change that. With dedicated fiber lines, you'll experience unparalleled reliability while staying connected 24/7, lightning-fast speeds, and competitive pricing. We work for you, delivering the best services at affordable rates to our local neighbors. Upgrade to 9-Star's fiber internet today. Visit 9starconnect.com to learn how we can keep you connected. Your reliable choice for high-speed internet. 9-Star Connect.
Thank you, 9-Star, as we come back here to get ready to start the second quarter. Eastern Hancock and Greenfield all knotted up at 7 here in the JV game.
Felt like that was a pretty good quarter for us, but it felt like we had, I don't want to say nerves necessarily, but there was definitely like adrenaline rush going. It's probably the biggest crowd our JV has played in front of.
Well, yeah, you can check this out. Let's see here on the that's not the camera I wanted. We'll check it out in a minute.
And I should say this. It's probably the biggest crowd they played up in the first quarter.
Yeah, in the fourth quarter of a game it might look like this, but for the first quarter, yeah, that's definitely not.
Cash Poindexter and Luke Zelinga have checked in for the Royals. Luke had a really nice game last night.
9 points. That one somehow sneaks through. Nice extra pass. Jenkins to Zelinga. I think that one got tipped.
Yeah, and I think Luke rushed it just a little bit because he felt the defense coming over. He didn't get quite into his normal shot.
Billy Stein and Brody Willard have come into the game for the Cougars. So running the ball right now, Isaac Roberts. Getting them set up. He's going to hand it off to Willard. Willard knifes through, and we got to help quicker. So that from the near side, the side closest to the camera, we've got to pinch that down and not give him such an open lane.
Yeah, they found a little something that's working for them the last few possessions. They're also settled into a 1-3-1.
Which we don't see a whole lot of.
No.
Nice. Gets through to Zelinga. Zelinga just couldn't quite grab it cleanly.
And we've had a few times tonight, either passes from us or deflections like that where the ball's just, it's like somebody greased it. It's a little slick.
I'm trying to think have we seen a 1-3-1 this year?
I feel like we did, but
did Centerville play one a little bit, maybe?
I'm trying to remember.
I don't think the JV has.
No, I think early season, I want to say maybe New Pal even did a couple possessions, but I can't remember for sure.
That one's stripped away by Roberts. They get it up to Van. Nice defense by Jenkins, and it's knocked away and stolen by Zelinga. Poindexter's going the other way.
We're going to call block.
Yeah. I mean, Cash was out of control, but I think the defender was out of control.
And that's a couple possessions in a row. Roberts talking to that official.
Although I don't, if I watch this on the replay here, it's not, Roberts isn't in a bad position.
Nah, he's just moving with him.
He was, I think, honestly, that's probably a no call. I don't think that's
Yeah.
anything. I think Cash lost his footing as much as anything.
Well, you don't complain if it's a no call.
No,
right?
I would.
But Roberts, both the last two possessions, Roberts been talking to that official, and I don't know how much. You know, each guy's got a limit of what they'll take. Rebounded from Evans. Willard up to Van. And
Wow, that was smooth.
Yep. I think we're going to get a press here.
Yeah, coach wanted a timeout there and wasn't happy with the official on the timing of that timeout, but full timeout, so we'll take a step aside and hear from our friends at Dave's Express Care Car Wash.
Looking to give your car that sparkling clean shine it deserves? Look no further than Dave's Express Care Car Wash. Conveniently located at 1749 West Main Street in Greenfield, Dave's Express is your family-owned and operated car wash destination. Choose from our wide range of wash packages. And while your car gets pampered, you can indulge your taste buds at Dave's Express Grill. Have a bite of the world-famous Super Tenderloin Sandwich. Dave's Express Care Car Wash, where exceptional service meets unbeatable value. Experience the difference today.
We are back. Timeouts are wrapping up. I think usually you call a timeout like that right after made basket. You want to set up something defensively. So let's see what the Cougars got.
By the way, we said about the crowd, and you can see, other than there where behind the student section where the band fills in there, that's the only spot that's really empty.
Yeah.
At this point. So.
And some of that may be because people are expecting the band, right? Like you learn to leave it empty.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Nobody's up there because they're anticipating them.
Yep.
Van with another steal at the top of that, lays it up and in for two more.
Yep.
I like, though, how we quickly got it back up and didn't let them set up their pressure.
No, but they are this was the Royals a couple years ago on our trap.
Yes.
And right now we're struggling. We're getting to the corner and getting pinned.
And that's one thing we have not seen probably since New Pal there at the 1st of December is a team that has tried to pressure us out at the perimeter this much. Zelinga there is going to pick up the foul. Watch the replay here. Just gets beat, and Isaac Roberts just catches the corner there and is able to get the and one.
And so Roberts will shoot. Freeman checks in for Evans.
Free throw no good. Nice box out there by Z. And then Van's going to get called for the foul. That's why you box out, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We got our first call it both ways of the night. One of my favorite of the basketball calls. Not nearly as good as the football hit somebody.
Yes, hit somebody or get him. Oh, Big Drew. Oh, man.
Joe Paxton is not happy with that call right now. He's saying it was a flop. We'll see here.
It is. That was a flop. Not that there wasn't contact, but it's like we're watching a soccer game.
It's not that bad. There's been action on the court.
Good job, Cash.
Willard no good.
We got to convert now. We haven't scored yet, and we're, 3+ minutes into this quarter.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Steal there by Freeman, up ahead to Willard. Willard lays it in.
And that's what Cougars weren't shooting well early on, but they were getting a lot of jumpers. Now it's turned into layups off fast breaks. Those are a little harder to miss.
Yeah, they are. You can watch Coach Paxton in the huddle there. So, kind of listening to him, it was more about just calming down and playing our brand of basketball there.
Well, and that's what I think. We talk sometimes about how we speed other teams up. I feel like that's kind of what happened to us is our decision-making is having to come quicker, and we're just not adjusting to it yet. And again, we're so far away from the basket when we try to initiate our offense.
And again, just something we're not used to doing.
Yeah.
It's Cooper Hinton's back in for Van. Hinton's running that point of that trapping 1-3-1.
Yeah, and he's a big kid.
Or I guess it's no longer a trapping 1-3-1, it was. Drew from 15, no.
I like that, though. That was a good offensive set.
Billy Stein up to Freeman. Freeman no good. Lewis with the board, and he's going to push the pace. He gets cut off. Good job getting back there by the Cougars. 10-point Royal deficit.
And we need to do the thing you always talk about and not play to draw the foul, but play through the foul, right?
Oh.
Assume you're going to score.
That went off of Luke's head, and they gave us the ball.
Yeah,
so.
I think it got the ref having to dodge, too.
I think it did, too, and he just assumed that it was going the other way. Yeah, you're right. Go through. Just try to score, and if you get the foul, you get the foul.
Yeah, that's what that last one with Luke looked like, is he thought he was going to get fouled, and so he adjusted the shot prior to contact.
There, he had that lane, but Hinton just cut it off. That's difficult. I mean,
although I thought that went off Hinton's leg, and must have said it hit his hand. I thought it bounced off his knee.
That foul went on Luke Lewis. His first. That's going to put Hinton at the line to try to finish the three-point play. No good, and going to get a push there on Freeman as Freeman tried to get it away. One thing we have done a nice job, we have boxed out pretty well. Some of those rebounds that the Cougars have gotten have been on like tap backs and things like that you really just can't control. We've done a pretty nice job of boxing out.
Yeah, and that was something we didn't do real well last night, so I'm glad that we've corrected that tonight.
Willard knocks it out of bounds into the crowd.
We've got to adjust to this. I think Coach Paxton's calling for the guys on the wing to come up when that trap comes, and it's just happened a little slow.
Isaac Roberts comes back in. Luke to Jenkins. No, I think needs to flash to the high post quicker.
Quick.
Poindexter for three, missed it. That one felt rushed.
Well,
I think he caught it and, felt like he just needed to get rid of it quick.
Yeah. We're getting a little jumpy when the defense rotates.
Clay Mullins, no good. But offensive rebound by Roberts. As soon as I say we did a good job on the glass.
Was a long one, though, to be fair.
Well, and he came from out of bounds because he had just penetrated and kicked.
Jenkins picks up a foul.
First one on Gavin. And this is where you talk about being a little short-handed with the C-team game going on and Youngblood being out of town. He gives us a lot of that rebounding prowess.
Yeah, there's another little bit of toughness that Brennan has that we could use tonight too. A little spark.
Mullins drives back to Hinton, over to Roberts. Freeman gets cut off by Noah Maddox. Finds Hinton, dumps it down inside to Sheffield, and Sheffield lays it up for two.
That's what Noah didn't need to jump. He had still good defense. If he just got his hands up, that would have stopped that shot. There you go, Lewis. Good job.
There we go. Nice. And that was the difference in that one. Morris with the offensive board, but can't get the putback. The difference, as soon as Drew caught that on the block, Noah dove to the high post, and that's what opened everything up.
Yeah, we were moving faster. Now we just need some buckets. We're getting some shots.
15 seconds. Clay Mullins knocks home the three. 8 seconds on the clock. We got to get a shot off here. Luke has to fling it up and goes over the backboard. As the Royals were outscored that quarter 17-0.
Yeah, that's tough.
That was a good quarter there by the Cougar defense. So we're going to take our halftime break here and then tally up our stats here. We'll do our halftime break, tally the stats, and we'll be back after the Dave's Express Care Car Wash halftime show.
Discover the taste of summer at Paxton Farms Sweet Corn. Located just north of Maxwell, 2 miles west of State Road 9 on 600 North. Our sweet corn is handpicked, bringing sunshine to every bite. But that's not all. Capture picturesque memories in our fields of vibrant sunflowers, perfect for photos. Bring the joy of Paxton Farms Sweet Corn to your summer gatherings. Visit us today and experience the sweetness that keeps people coming back for more. Find us on Facebook, Paxton Farms Sweet Corn. Paxton Farms Sweet Corn, the sweetest taste of summer.
Looking to give your car that sparkling clean shine it deserves? Look no further than Dave's Express Care Car Wash. Conveniently located at 1749 West Main Street in Greenfield, Dave's Express is your family-owned and operated car wash destination. Choose from our wide range of wash packages. And while your car gets pampered, you can indulge your taste buds at Dave's Express Grill. Have a bite of the world-famous Super Tenderloin Sandwich. Dave's Express Care Car Wash, where exceptional service meets unbeatable value. Experience the difference today.
So high-speed connectivity through the internet is one of those things that's like having air to breathe. Today, healthcare has become virtual. People will be able to access their healthcare provider via the internet. We do a lot of virtual monitoring. So we will have patients that have remote monitoring gear that are placed in their home and on themselves, and that has to be uploaded through the internet. Virtual connections. We can't do that without a partner like 9 Star Connect.
9 Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
We all need to eat more vegetables, but we run into the same problems every time we go to eat them. Carrots and peas just have no flavor. Beans and Brussels sprouts have side effects that will send children running in fear. But there is one vegetable that everyone loves. It's corn. And when it comes to corn, there's only one name to trust: Paxton Farms. Paxton Farms Sweet Corn has been your go-to source of corn in Hancock County for years. So head on down and grab some, and when you think of corn, think Paxton Farms.
Hancock Regional Hospital and 9 Star Connect have had a relationship for decades. We share a joint mission to support the development of this county. We want this to be the best place in America to live. We, as a healthcare provider, need telecom support, we need utility support, and so in our various locations, we access the services of 9 Star Connect. We would not have been able to do that without that partnership with 9 Star Connect.
9 Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
It's a harsh fact of life, but failure is inevitable.
You can work harder than you ever thought possible and still lose.
Sometimes someone else is simply better than you.
While life teaches us that we will sometimes lose, education-based athletics teach us how to deal with those losses in a mentally healthy way. I'm Bella Miller-Krieger from University High School.
And I'm Charlie Hosnow from Forest Park High School. With our coaches and teammates supporting us, student athletes learn how to move past the letdown and focus on the next point, the next play, and the next game.
We learn that negative energy is wasted energy, and that no matter how many times we fall short, as long as we are learning and never give up, we'll ultimately win.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Be a champion of high school sports and the resiliency they build by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is overcoming adversity. This is developing mental toughness. This is your IHSAA.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, talking about all things IHSAA related. Commissioner Neidig unavailable for us this week, so Assistant Commissioner Brian Lewis joins us. Tell you what, it's a pretty big weekend now for the IHSAA. We are into girls wrestling. It is fantastic. It has gone well. First time we've done this. I would think that the enthusiasm and the excitement is unparalleled, quite frankly.
Robert Falcons has done a phenomenal job of getting this off the ground, and we're excited for the inaugural girls wrestling state finals held at the fairgrounds tomorrow. And I believe we start wrestling at 10 o'clock in the morning and run through the day with the finals starting about 7 p.m. tomorrow night. But we're really, really excited to celebrate these young ladies and the culmination of the first season and crown us some state champions.
It's an interesting thing to look at how we talk about process all the time in our world of athletics, and this is part of the process. This is a process of a groundswell of support from the student athletes and administrators, and I think it's a lesson for fans to understand this doesn't happen overnight, and there is, in fact, a very detailed and thorough process to bring something like this to fruition.
Absolutely. And, with all our sports, these are things that are planned out far in advance. And girls wrestling is one of those things that's been coming down the pipeline for 3, 4, 5 years, and compliments to the Coaches Association for doing such a phenomenal job hosting a state tournament in the last few years in girls wrestling and working with the association and getting us to the point that, they came through the emerging sport process, and this year being the first year that they're an IHSA recognized sport. And we're really excited about crowning our first state champions in girls wrestling tomorrow evening.
How many young ladies are involved in competition throughout the state?
That's a great question because that's a moving target, but I know we're well over, 1,400 girls wrestlers across the state when this season started. And, we're going to culminate with some state champions tomorrow night, but that doesn't even begin to touch all the student athletes that, have had an opportunity to participate in an IHSA sport that they've not had that opportunity before now. And again, that's a tribute to our schools, our administrators, our coaches associations, and, the leadership under Robert Falcons.
Back when I was in high school, back in the 60s, this is before the IHSA state finals for girls had started. And so you can imagine sports offerings were very few, not only for girls, but also for boys. We didn't have nearly as many championships then as we do now. And the emergence of sports, the numbers of sports, the new ones, it's just been incredibly fun as a sports fan to watch and see the rise of opportunities for boys and girls around the state.
Absolutely. Over the years, you're always seeing, one sport come on here and there, and we're fortunate that we're going to celebrate 2 new sports in the 24-25 school year with girls wrestling state championships and then the first ever boys volleyball state championships in the spring. And so, we've been fortunate to massage that emerging sport process and get more student athletes involved and work together with our coaches associations to continue to offer more opportunities for student athletes across the state to be able to participate. And, again, we can't do these things without complimenting our schools and the athletic administrators and the coaches, principals, superintendents that have helped make this possible, because every one of these opportunities that is put out there for student athletes it takes people to put those events on. It takes people to organize those and make those opportunities available. And so we commend all the people that continue to go above and beyond for student athletes across the state.
Brian Lewis, Assistant Commissioner of the IHSAA. We're talking about Girls Wrestling Championship this weekend at the Fairgrounds Coliseum. Brian, thank you for your time. Have a great weekend, and congratulations to you and everyone at the IHSAA.
I appreciate, Coach, having us on and everything that you do for student athletes across the state.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Innovative mindset that Nine Star Connect brings to the program, brings to the relationship with us, is really crucial. We were one of the first hospitals in the state of Indiana to have high-speed connections. Because of that, we could connect our outlying clinics into our main hospital's online medical record literally 2 decades before most of the hospitals in the state that were not in the large cities. We were advanced in that area because of the relationship with Nine Star Connect.
Nine Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
It's not easy being a high schooler these days.
We juggle a lot.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry. So we're back here getting ready to start the third quarter of this JV game between the Eastern Hancock Royals and the Greenfield-Central Cougars. Greenfield-Central leads Eastern Hancock 24-7.
Yeah, rough second quarter for the Royals. We had struggled to get the ball into play a few times and then just couldn't get any of our shots to fall. I mean, I can't remember the last time we went scoreless for a quarter.
That one somehow gets through, blocked there by Mullins. Drew with the offensive board, can't get the putback, and Cole Mullins gets it going the other way. And they swing it around. Clay for three. Short. Van, offensive board and putback.
And after a slow start, that's kind of how it's been for the Cougars, is everything they put up has fallen. Well, and we're making it too easy on them.
Noah Maddox with the foul on Isaac Roberts. That'll send Roberts to the line to shoot two. The one thing the Cougars haven't done well is shoot free throws. They are 0 for at the line tonight. Still over.
Yeah, I was expecting to make it like the reverse announcer curse. And there he goes.
Gets that one to fall.
There we go. Got a cutter, Miss Robertson.
Jenkins trap, but gets it out to Lewis. Oh, Lewis saw Parker. He just couldn't get it through there. There we go. Drew to Parker.
Oh. And that's the thing when we've got our shots, we can't get him to fall. Van again.
Yep.
He's made a living sitting right, like going to the basket.
Yep. And I think that was Cole Mullins that pushed that one up court. Nice pass by Lewis. Oh, Drew wanted to go over here to Noah and just had it stripped away by Clay.
Yeah. I think Drew's trying a little too hard tonight. Like, he always gives good effort, but having been a kid who grew up in Greenfield as Clay Mullins, it's like Drew really wants to play well.
Yep, he does. 30-second timeout by Coach Paxton. We're going to hear from our friends at NASA and be right back.
Are you guys ready for prom?
Yeah, I am. Are you going for prom royalty?
Yeah, I'm going to try and win this year.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Reagan, look out! Ah!
We're back here after the Royal timeout. 32-7 Cougars here in the JV game. Eastern has struggled offensively after that first quarter.
Yeah, it's been tough. And you see we got to the basket and just cannot convert.
Lewis in the corner with it. I mean, we are really trying to get it into Drew. Now we get it out to Drew.
Yeah, we haven't made him have to work inside is part of the thing. Oh, there's a steal from Roberts.
Roberts steals it away and lays it in for 2. Got him with 7. It's our 10th turnover.
There's another one.
Van steals it away.
At this point, you want to know, do we have some back cuts we can do?
Exactly. You don't see a lot of JV dunks.
No.
I think the last JV dunk I saw was Caden Willis.
Yep, a couple years ago,
was that
right?
kind of sort of dunking it against at the Hoosier gym?
Yeah, like kind of rattled home.
Yep. Lewis trying to draw the foul there again. No good. Roberts gets it. Flip it over to Blake Evans. Evans with the 3.
Everything going Cougars' way right now.
Credit them. They're playing really well. Because that first quarter, they, like you said, they just kind of felt us out. Gavin Jenkins can't get the ball to fall.
I think one of the big things was coach's decision to go to that 1-3-1. We've struggled since they've done that.
Blake Evans.
Gave him a 3, yeah.
Yep, I was trying to see if they were going to call it 3 or not. You want to watch that dunk by Van?
Yeah.
Because not only do you don't see a lot of dunks, you don't see a lot of two-handed dunks in that. So Malachi Van with the steal going the other way.
Yeah,
impressive from that young man.
He did a really nice job.
Crowd again starting to fill in. They're starting to fill in there where the band normally is. I don't know what will happen I don't know if the band is planning to be here. If they are, that's going to be forcing some people out.
Yeah, that will be interesting.
Making people move there. 42-7 Cougars. Halfway through the third quarter. Oh, I just realized 42-7, it is 35 points. So we are running clock here on out.
Yep. Let's see if we can clean it up just a little bit.
Zalinga up and under, no. Brody Willard pushing it the other way. Willard over to Stein. Stein gets in the scoring. Maddox finds Jenkins. Man, Gavin is usually money on that shot right there. That's his shot, that long 2.
Yep. And you can tell that, I mean, that's the kind of night it's been since early in the first quarter.
They flip it around. Sheffield with it now. Hands off Stein. 3 on the way. Zalinga's right in his face, and Billy Stein just cans another one. Got 5 threes this quarter for Greenfield.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Poindexter drives. Stolen away there by Willard, but looks like Maddox might catch him.
Stein again.
Yep. Freeman no good. Stein there for the putback. Jenkins. Nice pass to Zalinga. Zalinga. I don't know if that was supposed to be a pass to Drew or a shot, but gets it to Drew, and Drew's fouled by Cooper Hinton.
And Drew's going to get a break.
So Poindexter to inbound. He's got Zelinga inside. Zelinga can't get it to fall. Hinton nearly traveled with it, but he gets it around. Stein again for three. No.
Yeah, that was a heat check. Good job, Cash.
Maddox going to Cash. Cash went to go screen away. Carter Grinstead's going to check in for the Cougars, as is Ethan Swift. 20 seconds left here. Running clock this second half. Reminder, this was 7-7 at the end of the first quarter.
And it was 7-2 at one point. We had the lead.
We had the
So we've been outscored
50-0.
Yes. Who was that made that shot just then? I missed it.
That was Sheffield, I believe.
I was trying to do some math in my head, which you probably shouldn't do on a live broadcast.
So let's take a break here from our friends at 9 Star, and we'll be right back after this.
So high-speed connectivity through the internet is one of those things that's like having air to breathe. Today, healthcare has become virtual. People will be able to access their healthcare provider via the internet. We do a lot of virtual monitoring, so we will have patients that have remote monitoring gear that are placed in their home and on themselves, and that has to be uploaded through the internet. Virtual connections. We can't do that without a partner like 9 Star Connect.
9 Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
Thank you, 9 Star. So again, starting the fourth quarter, Greenfield up 52-7. After a 28-point third quarter for them.
Yeah, I think we just need to focus on trying to execute.
Give and go. Willard loses out of bounds. And here's the other thing. It's only their second turnover of the game.
Wow. That might be the most impressive stat.
And it was unforced. It was just he took his eyes off the ball to go look at the basket. Jenkins gets a lane, drives in, and it was swatted away by Carter Grinstead. Just when we think you're going to get that layup to break the drought.
Yeah, I said earlier, I don't know the last time we had a scoreless quarter. I definitely don't know the last time we had scoreless back-to-back quarters.
Yeah, I don't believe it's happened since we've been streaming.
Yeah, and it wasn't for a lack of shot. I mean, we didn't have a ton of shots, but we had some good shots, and they're just not falling.
Not falling. And credit the Cougars. They are playing really well. Their defense has just given us fits with that 1-3-1. This is a really good Greenfield team.
Yeah.
Experience. They start 4 juniors.
And it's Roberts again, or Stein, sorry. And it's coming from a lot of kids. It's not just 1 or 2 guys like we saw last night with Union County. There's a whole group of them that are scoring and making plays in other aspects of the game.
Jenkins jump stop, gets in.
Yay!
Breaks the drought.
Well, that was a good play, though. It's nice to see. Like, you focus on that. Willard turns the corner, and he got fouled. They let it go.
There it goes. Zelinga skies for the board, then gets fouled. It's going to be Brody Willard with the foul.
Yeah, and it was Willard's face that caused the foul on that one. Came away holding his nose.
Noah Maddox drives, left-handed layup. No, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, I think it's Willard again. Yep.
Can't take him with you, Brody, so you might as well use him up, right?
Now, do we know, is that the younger brother from Boston Willard?
He looks, just looking at him, and I saw him out there, I'm like, he looks similar to Boston.
Yeah.
So I'm going to guess, just based on last name and the way he's playing, that
that's what I
they
figured.
might be related.
Yeah, the legendary Don Willard, football coach from Knightstown, his grandsons. Wyatt Freeman checks back in. I know his older brother plays on the varsity squad as well. Noah makes that second one.
Gives us 10. 4 minutes to go here. They get it in. Basket and the foul. Billy Stein, fouled by Cash Poindexter, is going to send Billy to the line to try for the old-fashioned
Stein's had himself a heck of a second half.
But he had an interesting noisemaker there. Oh, we had a sub. Trying to get Lewis back in. Yeah, Stein did not score in the first half. What has he got, 13?
Yeah.
In the second half? Zelinga for three.
Oh, that one was off. We could see that one.
Sheffield. Now Freeman. Out to Grinstead. Euro steps around. No. Freeman couldn't get the putback, and Zelinga gets it.
Yeah, one of the side effects of the Greenfield shooting so well too is there's not been a lot of rebound opportunities.
No, not out of after that first quarter. Zelinga, that one got deflected off of his foot. Drew Morris will come back in for Gavin Jenkins. Two and a half minutes to play. Freeman to Swift. Back to Stein, now Grinstead up top.
Grinstead's trying to get in there. He can't back down Morris, although that Freeman hits the three.
His first points of the game.
Who are they going to give the foul on? That's Grinstead.
His first.
Maddox for Robertson.
Morris, 15-footer just. Nope. I think we said it last night. We could have saved some of our threes from last night because we were shooting lights out last night.
We were on the other end. We were playing like Greenfield last night.
But again, that 52-0 run by the Cougars, that's a difficult mental thing to overcome there. When
yes, it is.
Start going on that kind of a run. That's a hard thing to overcome. So,
my question would be, if you're Coach Paxton, how much of this do you address with your team, and how much you just put it aside and kind of focus on last night instead?
I think you talk about it. You know, sometimes a game like this can wake up your team a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, hey, this is why we focus on being physical with the ball and handling pressure and those types of things. I think you focus on that part, I don't think you focus on the deficit. The effort was there all night.
Yeah.
The attitudes have been positive. You didn't see anybody hanging their head. You didn't see anybody giving up.
Right.
That part of it wasn't the issue. It was just, A, we couldn't hit anything. B, Greenfield did a very nice job of defending and not giving us anything easy. And so I think you just focus on, hey, this is why we talk about these things. Because, we've seen it as football coaches. Sometimes you go through a stretch of your schedule where you win a lot of games easily, and your team needs to get that realization of this is why we've got to keep working at our highest level and performing there. So
get challenged a little bit.
I think you address a little bit, but I don't think you dwell on it. This was a good team, and we'll be all right moving forward. So we're going to go ahead and take our break here between the games. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with the 9-Star Connect pregame show. And then we'll have all the information as the game gets underway between the Eastern Hancock Royals and the Greenfield-Central Cougars. You're watching the Eastern Hancock Sports Network.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
So high-speed connectivity through the internet is one of those things that's like having air to breathe. Today, healthcare has become virtual. People will be able to access their healthcare provider via the internet. We do a lot of virtual monitoring. So we will have patients that have remote monitoring gear that are placed in their home and on themselves, and that has to be uploaded through the internet. Virtual connections. We can't do that without a partner like 9-Star Connect.
9-Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
Looking to give your car that sparkling clean shine it deserves? Look no further than Dave's Express Care Car Wash. Conveniently located at 1749 West Main Street in Greenfield, Dave's Express is your family-owned and operated car wash destination. Choose from our wide range of wash packages. And while your car gets pampered, you can indulge your taste buds at Dave's Express Grill. Have a bite of the world-famous Super Tenderloin Sandwich. Dave's Express Care Car Wash, where exceptional service meets unbeatable value. Experience the difference today.
Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
So 9-Star Connect has been a leader in this community for 130 years. They were the ones that made Hancock Regional Hospital one of the most wired hospitals in America 30 years ago. So they have been leading the technology aspect for 130 years. Everything that we do in this county is built on the infrastructure that 9-Star Connect has built for over 100 years.
9-Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
Are you guys ready for prom?
Yeah, I am. Are you going for prom royalty?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and win this year.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Reagan, look out! Ah!
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Discover the taste of summer at Paxton Farms Sweet Corn. Located just north of Maxwell, 2 miles west of State Road 9 on 600 North. Our sweet corn is handpicked, bringing sunshine to every bite. But that's not all. Capture picturesque memories in our fields of vibrant sunflowers, perfect for photos. Bring the joy of Paxton Farms Sweet Corn to your summer gatherings. Visit us today and experience the sweetness that keeps people coming back for more. Find us on Facebook, Paxton Farms Sweet Corn. Paxton Farms Sweet Corn, the sweetest taste of summer.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Hancock Regional Hospital and Nine Star Connect have had a relationship for decades. We share a joint mission to support the development of this county. We want this to be the best place in America to live. We, as a healthcare provider, need telecom support, we need utility support, and so in our various locations, we access the services of Nine Star Connect. We would not have been able to do that without that partnership with Nine Star Connect.
9 Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Eastern Hancock High School, home of the Royals, here in the suburbs of beautiful Charlottesville, Indiana, as we are getting ready to get underway with our varsity game tonight between the Greenfield-Central Cougars and the Eastern Hancock Royals. If we look at a quick rundown, quick comparison between these two schools, Greenfield-Central comes in with a record of 10-2 on the season, scoring 68 points a game. Actually, I think that bumped up. They scored over 70 last night against Newcastle. They are 4-0 in the Hoosier Heritage Conference. Eastern Hancock has a record of 6-3 on the season. They are 3-0 in Mid-Eastern Conference play. They're averaging just a tick under 60 points a game. And they are actually leading the Cougars in rebounding, where they are averaging nearly 32 rebounds a game to the Cougars' 25. A couple other things there you can see. The turnovers, similar. Bench points, the Royals get a little more off the bench. 3-point percentage. Eastern's been shooting really well, but that 45% from Greenfield is really impressive. So if we take a look at these two teams' schedules, Eastern's, we said, is 6-3. They're currently on a 5-game winning streak after they defeated Union County by a running clock last night. But, again, this is only their third game in a month, so there's going to be a little bit of rust that we have to knock off here. For the Cougars, they come into this game with a record of 10-2. Their only two losses were on December 14th against Lawrence North. And then in the Hall of Fame Classic, they lost by 5 to a Fishers Tigers team that is one of the most outstanding that the state has seen in recent years. These two teams, if we look at their sectionals, Eastern will travel to Crystal House for the sectional, and you look at the teams in there, it's a really even sectional. Everybody hovering about or just above 500. Greenfield has some really good teams. That's going to be a fun sectional to watch.
Yeah.
Greenfield, Muncie Central, Anderson's 12-1 on the season. Mount Vernon, they and Greenfield played last weekend. It was a 5-point game. Richmond in there, Pendleton in there. So that's going to be a really fun sectional. If we look at the conferences, Greenfield in the driver's seat. They're the only undefeated team left in the Hoosier Heritage Conference. New Pal and Mount Vernon, they beat both of them already, and they teams with one loss. Shelbyville is coming up next weekend, I believe, when they play Shelbyville, and the only other team left with one loss. Eastern, one of 3 teams sitting atop the Mid-Eastern Conference with Monroe Central and Wapahani. All of them are undefeated right now. Let's look at our players to watch tonight. That is not our players to watch tonight. I messed that one up. That's not what our players to watch. You want to talk about the game notes here, Scott?
Yeah, so a couple of things to note. Royals won 5 in a row going back to December. We beat the, was it Knightstown that got us on our streak? We had a rough start to the season.
Daleville.
Daleville, okay, that's right. And then Knightstown, Southmont, on into our really, really long winter break. And undefeated here at the Palace here in Charlottesville, averaging 67 points here at home. So we'll need all of those tonight. Greenfield back on the winning track. But they have played a couple of really tough teams. As you mentioned, that Hall of Fame Classic game that they lost to Fishers. And then Braylon Mullins. If you are a casual basketball fan in the state of Indiana, maybe a little wider, you've heard of Braylon Mullins maybe for a couple of years now. Recently signed with the defending national champ Connecticut Huskies. He's averaging just over 34 points a game, season high of 41, and I like this, the low of 27. If that's your low, I'll take that any day of the week in my career.
I think his only 2 games under 30 all year were against Lawrenceburg and Rushville, and I think both of those were running clock games.
So got us 1,647 points for his career coming in this weekend. Now, if I remember right, did he hit 1,000 against
He hit 1,000 against
year?
us last year.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like that was a major push, I think, for them because he shot like 100 times in the first half. It felt like,
and hit 99 of them,
including several from the volleyball line. Getting closer to Mike Edwards on their all-time leading scorers run, and they're looking to make a deep run. I think for the Cougars last year was a disappointment. They got beat by Julius Gizzi and the New Palestine Dragons in the section. Was it championship or
sectional
second round?
Championship.
So already handled New Pal this year, and New Pal went down a class.
Yep.
And so they're not going to have to face them again, and so they're looking to make a deep run and maybe get a couple trophies this year because that's about the only thing they've been lacking during Mullins' career.
Those wooden sectional trophies and above.
Yep.
Our players to watch, obviously, Braylon Mullins, player to watch here tonight for the Cougars. For the Royals, it's the guy that I think we're going to match up trying to slow him down, and Luke Schilling. And Luke's done an admirable job this season, really stepped up his defense. So we're going to see how he does against the best of the best in Braylon Mullins. And then our keys to the game here, I think for the Royals, I put it on here, make it ugly.
Oh, yeah.
I think you gotta make this one into a real Donnybrook here and make it into a fight. Slow the pace down because we just saw when we were able to slow it down in the JV game, 7-7 quarter. Once the Cougars were able to speed it up, it got out of hand quickly, and obviously slow down Mullins. And then for the Cougars, you just push the tempo, and I think keep Rubel out of the lane.
Yeah,
keep Rubel from being able to control the pace of the game. So we're going to do our national anthem. We'll be right back. All right, we're going to get to starting lineups here.
And now for tonight's starting lineups, starting with the visiting Cougars. At one guard, a 5'10", senior, number 3, Boston Willard. At guard, a 6' senior, number 14, Mikey Johnson. At guard, a 6'1", junior, number 23, Tucker Brown. At guard, a 6'6", senior, number 24, Braylon Mullins. And at forward, a 6'4", senior, number 32, Dallas Freeman. The Cougars are coached by Mr. Luke Meredith. And now for your Eastern Hancock Royals. Starting at one guard, a 6' junior, number 5, Caden Powers. Also at guard, a 5'10", junior, number 11, Landon Loring, number 15, Landon Loring. At forward, a 6' junior, number 25, Eli Manship. At guard, a 6'2", senior, number 33, Luke Schilling. And at forward, a 6'4", senior, number 43, Caden Rubel. Your Royals are coached by Mr. Brett Bechtel.
All right. You ready to get going here, Scott?
Yeah, let's get this game started.
We had a question in the chat about how the girls play today. You went to that game.
Yeah, it was like they won by 40-something, 70. I want to say 72-31. It was a not our best I didn't say that. Not our cleanest performance, but got out, and they're 2 weeks away from the end of their season. I think they have 3 more games.
I think you're right.
So trying to get a tune-up here to get heading into an opportunity to win a sectional for the girls team, and meanwhile the boys, middle of their season.
Mullins and Rubel for the jump, but only one of them jumped. Did you notice that?
Yes. I didn't know if that was intentional or not.
Is that like winning the coin toss and deferring?
Yes.
Mullins, we talked about being guarded by Schilling, drives right to the basket, blocked by Schilling, but they're going to call a foul. Coach Bechtel does not like it. Let's check the replay on that.
Actually, Schilling didn't either, and Schilling doesn't talk a lot. And he didn't get him with the body.
May have got him on the arm a little bit.
Yeah, that's the only thing, because a lot of times you see that clean up top, but down low there's maybe hit on the chest or something.
So Braylon Mullins at the line where he shoots 85%.
And that'll be the one thing for Luke, guarding Braylon. He's going to have the ball so much, Luke cannot get into foul trouble.
Two 2-0 lead here for the Cougars off those free throws.
Yeah, and here comes that 1-3-1 that gave the JV so much trouble.
Oh, I thought that was a kick.
Should be a kick.
Mullins.
Yeah, that should have been a kick. That you don't hear that sound and the ball go like that when it comes off a guy's hand.
Not usually.
And that was right in front of the official. I'm not quite sure how he missed that.
Powers threads the needle, gets it to Schilling, into Rubel. Rubel up and in for 2.
Yep, nice play.
So Rubel gets the scoring going for the Royals. Boston Willard with the ball. Gets it over to Mullins at the volleyball line. Now to Michael Johnson. Back to Mullins in the corner. The student section letting them hear it. He can't see them because they're all in camo, but they're letting them hear it.
It's a lot of noise coming from a section without many kids in it.
Willard to Mullins. Mullins lays it in.
We did hear a rumor that Mullins might be going for the school single-game scoring record tonight. This, I was going to comment on it the last time. Powers getting to the middle of that zone is opening up the guys right there.
Loring to Eli Manship, no good.
Good sequence, though, and it's keeping the ball out of the traps on the side.
Boston Willard 3 from the wing, too strong. Rubel pulls down his rebound. He's averaging 10 a game. One more. Schilling gets to the rim. Lost the handle. Willard up to Michael Johnson. Johnson throws it down with a two-handed slam. Powers gets trapped, gets tied up. Jump ball is going to stay here with the Royals.
And that's the opposite of what I did before. He went to the sideline, and that gave that length of the Cougars. We were down on the floor before the game, and they are a lot taller at ground level than they are from our bird's eye view up here. Got a lot of length on that team.
Powers 3 from the corner, in and out. Rebounded by Dallas Freeman.
So 2 good looks from the corner. We just got to get him to sink.
Freeman finds Boston Willard this wing. Willard finds that one.
Yeah, I think I live with Boston Willard shooting instead of Mullins.
Although Boston Willard is a 48% three-point shooter.
I'd still rather have him as good as he's going to be. Yep,
Willard with the steal.
Yep. Freeman got it, knocked it out from behind. Willard again.
Freeman to Willard. Willard's got 5.
By the way, that Freeman to Willard, they had that on the football field a few times this year.
Yep. Eli, he had Rubel, couldn't get it to him.
Rubel.
Loring.
And you know what?
Got bailed out because I think he went to pass it there, didn't he?
Yeah, and that's that wasn't Landon's best shot, but he did get the contact.
He'll go to the line, so we'll take it because we need it.
Called that one on Tucker Brown.
His first, team's first. Loring sinks the first. Leads down to 10 now. Knocks them both home. Landon had a really rough start on free throw shooting this season, so he's kind of bounced it back.
We need to take advantage of that tonight, too, and we can score without any defense.
Mullins.
Good job, Rubel.
That's good. Willard finds Freeman in the corner for three, in and out. Eli Manship there for the rebound. And again, I think that's what you want. Force that three from somebody not named Mullins, even though Freeman, 35% three-point shooter. Yeah. Eli will take the three to match, and Eli Manship hits it.
Is that from Loring?
Yep, assisted by Loring. 6-point deficit now for the Royals. Mullins stops, pops, too strong. Schilling grabs it. Now we're going the other way. Loring to Powers for three. Powers buries the three. And right now, when we're able to knife through and not get trapped, we're getting a back-to-back corner threes.
Yep.
Mullins on the left wing. Give and go back to Mullins, and he's going to get foul called.
They're going to call Caden Powers on that one, but
I thought, I thought it was different at first, and then after seeing that, I agree with that. Mikey Johnson can't find anybody. Finally gets it into Tucker Brown. Freeman trapped, finds Willard again. Willard reverse layup in. Boston Willard's got 7. 5-point lead. It's 5-point lead. Let me adjust our scoreboard here. It's 15-10. I don't know why our scoreboard's not reading correctly.
Take it, Luke. I don't want to pass up open shots.
That's all right. We'll take it to Rubel for 2. I got to fix this scoreboard.
All right. 15-12. Mullins over to Johnson. Johnson back out to Willard. Drive kicks. That's going to be, who's that? Tucker Brown hits the three.
Yep, Tucker Brown.
Greenfield calls timeout.
Tucker Brown, another 38% three-point shooter.
Yeah, they've got a lot of good shooters. And, again, when you got a kid like Mullins, it's going to draw a lot of double teams. If you're going to get open looks, you just got to make sure you can hit them. I'm sure they practice that drive and kick a lot.
So a really high-scoring first quarter. I mean, look, for a second there, it was all Cougars. Now the Royals have come roaring back with a couple of big threes. And again, part of it is all how well do you handle the pressure.
I think if you're Bechtel right now, you're probably pretty happy with how this is. They've been shooting really well. We've got some shots we didn't convert. We started making our baskets. As long as we can stay out of the traps, and we really don't want to throw those. We almost turned the ball over last possession. Try to throw over everybody's arms, and the Cougars have said they've got a lot of length. That's hard to do that. Got to have a good clean lane. So, and here's full court press. I don't think they like to be in close games. This is their solution to that.
Mullins with the steal.
Yep.
And then they're going to call a bump or say he stepped on the line.
And now that was fair. Luke
bodied him.
Yes, he did that on purpose, Luke. That was a good – hey, I'll live with that.
Yeah, but that's 2 on Luke.
Yeah.
That's the only downside to that. So now Schilling, our best defender, with 2. Although Manship can do an admirable job as well.
We'll switch Eli over on him.
Mikey Johnson drives. Oh, Loring just gave him just a little too much. You used to be able to put a foot on the baseline as a defender. You can't do that anymore. Johnson tips it right to Manship. Manship lays it in. Eli Manship with 5. Willard for 3, dead ahead.
Willard's feeling it right now. He's got 10.
Mullins with the deflection. It's going to be dangerously close to 10. Yeah, it was. That deflection kind of reset the whole offense and led to another turnover.
It's hard to beat a press like that by yourself dribbling.
Especially, you talked about the size that this Cougar team has. They have a lot of length.
Yes.
I mean, that is a long team, and we see it with our girls basketball team. Girls like Ellie Meyer have so much length, and you combine that with the speed and athleticism, it makes it really difficult. Willard on the runner. Powers just looks over like, Coach, what do I do?
Yeah.
I mean, watch the replay on this. Willard just curls off this screen, knows he wants it the whole way. Takes it in. There's nothing you do there. Sorry, Powers. Powers picks up his seconds. Boston Willard. How about this? Only a 50% free throw shooter because I think he's 1 of 2 or 2 of 4. Or no, he's 3 of 6 on the season.
Can't go over the top of a 6'4" guy.
Powers swats Mullins, but Mullins gets it back. Mullins has 8. Powers trapped. Willard steals it away. Mullins lays it in for 2 more. Coach Bechtel's going to want a timeout, and I think that's a good timeout by Coach Bechtel because you need to calm your team down. All it is just we need to woosah, calm down. So we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be right back after this word from our sponsors.
Are you tired of unreliable internet? 9-Star Connect's high-speed fiber internet is here to change that. With dedicated fiber lines, you'll experience unparalleled reliability while staying connected 24/7, lightning-fast speeds, and competitive pricing. We work for you, delivering the best services at affordable rates to our local neighbors. Upgrade to 9-Star's fiber internet today. Visit 9starconnect.com to learn how we can keep you connected. Your reliable choice for high-speed internet, 9-Star Connect.
1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Scott and I want to take a minute to say thank you to everybody who's tuned in tonight. We appreciate all of our fans. You guys are the reason we do this. So whether you're an Eastern Hancock fan or a Greenfield fan.
Maybe you're just some random person that tuned in tonight because you wanted to watch a fun basketball game. We appreciate you too. Feel free to join the chat.
Luke Manship 3, no. Eli with the whirling dervish of a rebound, but then it's stolen away by Boston Willard. And then Michael Johnson goes up, and then they're going to call a foul on Eli. Watch the replay on this one. Eli is just hustling. Yeah, he just didn't give Johnson room to come down cleanly. That's all it was.
Is that a foul after the shot?
No, because it's still considered part of the shot. Because see how he was still in the air when it happened? Okay. So that's still considered part of the shot. It's a tough one for Eli there because that was not an intentional, anything, but that's also one of those that you got to call because it can be a dangerous situation with the room for somebody to land there. So Michael Johnson, 73% from the line this season. Trying to get the three-point play here, and he does. Caleb Rutherford has checked into the game. Mullins steals it. Mullins lays it up and in for 2 more. Loring drives, kicks to Rubel. Up top to Rutherford. Now extra pass, good extra pass. Manship to Rubel, but Rubel got blocked by the rim.
Yeah, Rubel was too far underneath on that drop step.
Johnson to Willard. Royals aren't going to get a shot off. Can we catch our breath after that quarter?
Yeah, jeez.
38-14 at the end of the first quarter. That is high-scoring first quarter. So we're going to step aside and hear from our good friends at Dave's Express Care Car Wash.
Looking to give your car that sparkling clean shine it deserves? Look no further than Dave's Express Care Car Wash. Conveniently located at 1749 West Main Street in Greenfield, Dave's Express is your family-owned and operated car wash destination. Choose from our wide range of wash packages. And while your car gets pampered, you can indulge your taste buds at Dave's Express Grill. Have a bite of the world-famous Super Tenderloin Sandwich. Dave's Express Care Car Wash, where exceptional service meets unbeatable value. Experience the difference today.
Thank you, Dave's Car Wash.
So much like the JV game where they made an adjustment going into the second quarter, that decision to go to the full court press just blew this game open.
Yes, it did.
We have, I think, only gotten across half court once since they've done that. So it's going to be the Manships, Loring, Rubel, and Rutherford for the Royals as we get started. Johnson, Mullins, Willard. Who is that? Brady Johnson and Robertson for the Cougars.
Mullins deep three off the Willard handoff. And he picks up right where he left off. He's got 15 now. And they've got 41.
It's crazy that shot from Mullins is normal for a lot of kids at a lot of schools, but 5 or 6 years ago you took that shot, you're on the bench.
Yeah. Oh,
right?
yeah.
Thanks Steph Curry for that. And that is very effortless for Braylon Mullins. It's not straining to get that volleyball line shot. Michael Johnson.
Drives, kicks over here. Brady Johnson has checked in. So Brady Johnson and Cooper Robertson in. Mullins again for three. No. Johnson and Manship fighting for it. Good box out by Manship.
Yep.
Tips it over there to Loring. I told you tonight we got a double trivia.
Yep.
Double shot of trivia. So next timeout, we're going to do our first half trivia question.
All right. Now that's two unforced turnovers where we have just airmailed the ball out of bounds. And they sunk back into that like they're 3-2 now.
If you guys want to talk to us in the chat, if you're an Eastern fan, a Greenfield fan, if you're watching from somewhere else, talk to us. Let us know where you're watching from, what exotic locations you're in. Mullins with the up and under. Smooth move from Braylon Mullins. Young man has 17.
And right there, that's bad luck for Boston Willard because I think Loring cleared him out. He might not get that call next time, though.
Tucker Brown comes back in for Robertson. Dallas Freeman comes back in for Brady Johnson.
I don't think forearm shiver is the way to beat the press.
No. Johnson pokes it away, but it's out of bounds. It'll stay with the Royals.
And the difference between a 3-2 and a 2-3, we see 2-3 sometimes. That 3-2, it's a harder pass down there to the wing. Got an extra defender up on the top, so we've got to adjust to that. That's twice the wing guy has tipped it.
Willard to Mullins. How many times do you think that's been said?
A lot.
That was over and back, yeah.
Did he not catch it with 1 foot over?
He did, but it was he left his feet on this side of the half court line.
Didn't establish it.
And did not reestablish position.
Gotcha.
That one blocked by Luke Manship.
And really, that was about the only thing Luke could do because otherwise it was going to be a wide open layup.
Zach Stevens will come in for Caleb Rutherford. They have slowed down the scoring a little bit here in this quarter. And lob it in. Mullins over Manship, and they're going to get Manship with the foul.
That was the softest foul of the night right there.
That one was. There's been some they've let go. That one I'm
Is
not sure
Mullins
about.
already getting the calls like Jordan used to get and stuff?
I'll tell you what, he earns them, though. He
Yeah.
is. Oh, missed the first one. Mikey Johnson's going to check in for Mullins if he makes this one. Swishes it. That gives Mullins 20. Boston Willard 16. 46-14 Cougars.
There we go.
Loring gets stuck in the air but finds Manship. Manship, nice pass. That one went off the foot of Dallas Freeman out of bounds.
Yep, going to stay with the Royals. That was a nice job beating the press that time.
Stevens to Loring. Loring. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that how that worked exactly, but
well, he did save it and then reestablish himself. So I don't know. I'm not sure the refs knew either.
Rebound there by Tucker Brown. Willard heat check. Drills.
If this were
another
the
one.
double dribble video game, he would be flashing right now.
Young man has 4 threes, 19 points.
And that was a heat check. He was wide open for a layup.
Mikey Johnson over to Boston Willard. Back to Mikey Johnson. Mikey Johnson has 9. Gene Ferguson's watching from La Quinta, California.
Nice. 73 and sunny. We're about to be like -10.
That's okay.
In 2 days, so.
It's going to be sunny, though.
Yeah. Be sunny and dangerously
Stevens, oh, that worked out well.
Exactly how we planned it.
Yeah, that's how he wanted it. Stevens to Rubel for the layup.
Royals on the board here in the second quarter.
Mikey Johnson up top with it. Boston Willard, he wanted that one big time.
Yeah.
Over to Dallas Freeman, back up to Mikey Johnson.
So one of the things about this game, this team, great majority of these kids have been competing against each other since they were 5 and 6 years old in various sports. So
Willard double clutched that, man.
Oh! Zach looked like he was trying to tip it away from somebody.
Mullins checking back in. Schilling's going to replace Eli Manship. Johnson can't find anybody, finds the other Johnson. Mullins at the logo. Wonder if he's going to Caitlin Clark and just rip it from the logo.
Right.
He's not. He'll step in a little closer and drill it with the assist from Tucker Brown. I tell you what, this would be a fun group of guys. We could have a lot of fun broadcasting with, for Mullins. Like that would be. He's a fun kid to watch.
Yeah. Well, Zach has got his foot on the line there in the corner.
Caden Power is going to come back in. Mullins again from the wing, leaves it short. Mikey Johnson with the rebound. Put back no good, but he's fouled by Loring, and so Mikey Johnson's going to go to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, just Landon's first.
Yep. Again, 73% on the season. We've not had a timeout this quarter for me to do my trivia.
Nope.
Sinks them both. We got people watching from San Diego, from Speedway. The Dyers watching their nephew Braylon. Well, hopefully we're doing a good job. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Loring to Stevens. Zach gets stuck, finds Schilling. There we go, turnaround jumper from Schilling, leaves it short. Brady Johnson up ahead to Mullins, who lays it in softly.
If I didn't have a horse in this game, I would say it's fun to watch.
It's still fun to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, we go into Schilling. Schilling tied up. It's going to stay here with the Royals.
Eli Manship comes back in. Steven's going to get a break.
Mullins has 25 right now, by the way.
I'm trying to see who just came in. Robertson came back in. Yeah, Robertson came in for Brown.
Eli to Powers. Oh, Powers tries to shovel it to Schilling. Mullins has to lay that one in nicely.
Yeah, probably better off because one of our guys was running underneath and may have undercut him if he dunked it, and that would have been dangerous. So.
We gotta move here.
Yeah, we're getting kind of stagnant. I'm sure there's some frustration.
There, Powers catch and shoot three. Willard to Freeman to Mullins. Getting the screen from Robertson here. Euro steps through and lays it in for two more. Is that 29 for him?
Too much math for me at this moment.
Yeah, 29. Loring at the logo. It's over here to Schilling, back to Loring. Back to Schilling on the wing. Buries another three. Luke Schilling gets into the scoring column. Robertson to Freeman. Up top to Willard. Dumps back to Robertson and somehow gets the roll on that one. Powers to Manship to Schilling, three on the way. Good. Where was this the whole first part of the?
Yeah, that's a good question.
First part of the game here. 3 straight threes, Powers and Schilling. 10 seconds left. Willard takes it in, wraps it around to Robertson. Robertson's blocked, gets it out to Dallas Freeman for three. No. That one he can't get off. And the halftime score is Greenfield-Central 64, Eastern Hancock 25. So we're only going to do one trivia since we never got to that. So
bummer.
So we'll only do one trivia here tonight. Sorry for the folks that were all excited about that. I know that's why everyone was tuned in. Nobody was watching for any other reason other than my trivia questions.
Yeah, as far as Mullins going for the school record, somebody in the crowd was talking about that. I don't, things get started and go on social media. We haven't heard from Mullins or the Greenfield coaching staff or anything, just that he may try to get that record tonight. So we got no proof, although he does have 29. I think we heard, was it 51 or something is the
I believe
school
I
record.
can tell you exactly here in just a second.
That's either would break the record or is the record something to that.
Most points in a game, 50 by Kevin Bell and John Hamilton.
Yeah, so we'll see. We're still a long way from that, but.
Well, and if you look at right now, it's going to be a running clock the whole second half.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be kind of unlikely that you're going to get that total without really having to push the pace and push the tempo here. So we're going to step aside. We will return after a word from our halftime sponsor, Dave's Express Care Car Wash.
Discover the taste of summer at Paxton Farm Sweet Corn. Located just north of Maxwell, 2 miles west of State Road 9 on 600 North. Our sweet corn is handpicked, bringing sunshine to every bite. But that's not all. Capture picturesque memories in our fields of vibrant sunflowers, perfect for photos. Bring the joy of Paxton Farm Sweet Corn to your summer gatherings. Visit us today and experience the sweetness that keeps people coming back for more. Find us on Facebook, Paxton Farm Sweet Corn. Paxton Farm Sweet Corn, the sweetest taste of summer.
Looking to give your car that sparkling clean shine it deserves? Look no further than Dave's Express Care Car Wash. Conveniently located at 1749 West Main Street in Greenfield, Dave's Express is your family-owned and operated car wash destination. Choose from our wide range of wash packages. And while your car gets pampered, you can indulge your taste buds at Dave's Express Grill. Have a bite of the world-famous Super Tenderloin Sandwich. Dave's Express Care Car Wash, where exceptional service meets unbeatable value. Experience the difference today.
So high-speed connectivity through the internet is one of those things that's like having air to breathe. Today, healthcare has become virtual. People will be able to access their healthcare provider via the internet. We do a lot of virtual monitoring. So we will have patients that have remote monitoring gear that are placed in their home and on themselves, and that has to be uploaded through the internet. Virtual connections. We can't do that without a partner like 9-Star Connect.
9-Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
We all need to eat more vegetables, but we run into the same problems every time we go to eat them. Carrots and peas just have no flavor. Beans and Brussels sprouts have side effects that will send children running in fear. But there is one vegetable that everyone loves. It's corn. And when it comes to corn, there's only one name to trust: Paxton Farms. Paxton Farms Sweet Corn has been your go-to source of corn in Hancock County for years. So head on down and grab some, and when you think of corn, think Paxton Farms.
Hancock Regional Hospital and 9-Star Connect have had a relationship for decades. We share a joint mission to support the development of this county. We want this to be the best place in America to live. We, as a healthcare provider, need telecom support, we need utility support, and so in our various locations, we access the services of 9-Star Connect. We would not have been able to do that without that partnership with 9-Star Connect.
9-Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
It's a harsh fact of life, but failure is inevitable.
You can work harder than you ever thought possible and still lose.
Sometimes someone else is simply better than you.
While life teaches us that we will sometimes lose, education-based athletics teach us how to deal with those losses in a mentally healthy way. I'm Bella Miller-Krieger from University High School.
And I'm Charlie Hosnow from Forest Park High School. With our coaches and teammates supporting us, student athletes learn how to move past the letdown and focus on the next point, the next play, and the next game.
We learn that negative energy is wasted energy, and that no matter how many times we fall short, as long as we are learning and never give up, we'll ultimately win.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Be a champion of high school sports and the resiliency they build by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is overcoming adversity. This is developing mental toughness. This is your IHSAA.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, talking about all things IHSAA related. Commissioner Neidig unavailable for us this week, so Assistant Commissioner Brian Lewis joins us. Tell you what, it's a pretty big weekend now for the IHSAA. We are into girls wrestling. It is fantastic. It has gone well. First time we've done this. I would think that the enthusiasm and the excitement is unparalleled, quite frankly.
Robert Falcons has done a phenomenal job of getting this off the ground, and we're excited for the inaugural girls wrestling state finals held at the fairgrounds tomorrow. And I believe we start wrestling at 10 o'clock in the morning and run through the day with the finals starting about 7 p.m. tomorrow night. But we're really, really excited to to celebrate these young ladies and the culmination of the first season and crown us some state champions.
It's an interesting thing to look at how we talk about process all the time in our world of athletics, and this is part of the process. This is a process of a groundswell of support from the student athletes and administrators, and I think it's a lesson for fans to understand this doesn't happen overnight, and there is, in fact, a very detailed and thorough process to bring something like this to fruition.
Absolutely. And, with all our sports, these are things that are planned out far in advance. And girls wrestling is one of those things that's been coming down the pipeline for 3, 4, 5 years, and compliments to the Coaches Association for doing such a phenomenal job hosting a state tournament in the last few years in girls wrestling and working with the association and getting us to the point that, they came through the emerging sport process, and this year being the first year that they're an IHSA recognized sport. And we're really excited about crowning our first state champions in girls wrestling tomorrow evening.
How many young ladies are involved in competition throughout the state?
That's a great question because that's a moving target, but I know we're well over, 1,400 girls wrestlers across the state when this season started. And, we're going to culminate with some state champions tomorrow night, but that doesn't even begin to touch all the student athletes that, have had an opportunity to participate in an IHSA sport that they've not had that opportunity before now. And again, that's a tribute to our schools, our administrators, our coaches associations, and, the leadership under Robert Falcons.
Back when I was in high school, back in the 60s, this is before the IHSA state finals for girls had started. And so you can imagine sports offerings were very few, not only for girls, but also for boys. We didn't have nearly as many championships then as we do now. And the emergence of sports, the numbers of sports, the new ones, it's just been incredibly fun as a sports fan to watch and see the rise of opportunities for boys and girls.
All right, folks, we're back here getting ready to start the second half of our varsity game between the Eastern Hancock Royals and the Greenfield-Central Cougars. So Scott, while we were away, Tyler Rankins told us in the chat that Braylon has the school record. He had 51 in that thriller against Pendleton last year.
Nice.
So my stats must have been old that I had obtained.
Well, maybe he's trying to break his own record. I don't know. We just heard it'd be interesting. That's all. Yeah. And a game that this wide open. We had our own a couple years ago where we broke the school record and the individual record for threes and the team or the single game record for threes against a team we won by a lot. So having something like that to shoot for in a blowout game sometimes is, at least for us, it's fun to have to.
Yeah. And with this game being 39-point game now, it's going to be a running clock the whole second half.
Right.
So this second half is going to go really fast. But we hope that you stay with us. I do want to point out, if you are enjoying tonight's game, you couldn't make it out or whatever, feel free to scan that QR code and donate $5, $10, whatever. Become a family sponsor of Eastern Hancock Athletics. We do this for free. We do this because we enjoy it. We're not making anything off of it here. We're not getting rich, but if you want to run that back, scan that QR code. I'll throw it up later. Just to help out. Every dime goes to the athletic department to help them as Mullins drills a three right off the bat. Gives him 32. But it helps our athletic department just keep doing what they're doing and support our student athletes. So we appreciate that support.
That was actually our local people that helped us out during that COVID year when we couldn't have a whole lot of attendance. So
that was really, truly what kept us afloat as Willard airmails the three.
Does it count as a steal or a rebound for Schilling?
I count that as a rebound for Schilling. Mikey Johnson splits the defenders.
Oh, that should not count. Yeah, that's
Freeman,
not going to count.
Freeman touched the rim, so that and one's not going to happen there.
Nope.
See if we got it on.
And I think Dallas thought probably it wasn't gonna be on the shot.
Yeah.
And just see sometimes kids go into the basket just to tip it in after play's over.
That foul went on, I don't know who.
Loring?
They put Loring. Now they're
Powers, but that's not his first.
That's his third. I thought it was Manship was the one there.
Well, it's somebody 5, and they've got it the first. None of the guys with 5.
So Mikey Johnson's going to shoot 2 free throws. I believe it's on I don't know. I believe it was Manship. Sorry, our statistician was checking. They gave it to Powers. Powers,
Right,
there we go. His
there
third.
we go, yep.
So trying to figure that one out. A couple other things of note. The last time the Royals allowed 50.5 was earlier this season to New Pal. So before that, it had been a while. We played some really good teams. I mean, New Pal is a really good team. So,
yeah.
And this Greenfield team handled them. So it's difficult. Another, near turnover. They stay here. That one went through the legs of Tucker Brown. And one thing I have, Greenfield did not have a turnover in the first half.
Yeah, that's amazing.
14-0 turnovers in the first half. That one's tipped. Loring, they're going to call a foul. Yeah, I think they're going to call a foul on Freeman because he and Loring both going for it, and he got underneath Loring. So
yes, Loring nearly took out our quarterback over there in the student section.
I couldn't see him. The camo student section there. Get the Powers 3 from Powers. Good. Caden Powers doing that once per quarter. He's got a 3, 1 in each quarter. Or 3 threes, 1 in each quarter. Boston Willard, left-handed finger rolls, good.
I don't know how Boston does each game, but he is having a night tonight.
When he averages 6 points a game, his season high is 18, which he has surpassed here tonight. Rubel to Powers to Loring. Dumps it to Manship.
Oh.
Can't get it. Rubel with the putback.
That's probably.
I don't think our student section taunting the Greenfield student section is a.
No, they're only aware of the score in the third quarter, not the overall score.
Yes. Mullins drives. Nice job. Good hands by Schilling to prevent him from getting that shot off. Willard drives, dishes to Freeman. Set shot 3 from the corner is good for Dallas Freeman. His first basket of the game. I've got Willard with 4 assists as well. I'm sure he's got more, but I've got him with 4.
And
yeah, Boston has a season high for points. So.
Yeah, and he just tipped that ball out. So been playing pretty good defense as well.
Loring steps through, gets it to Rubel. Oh, I think Rubel just didn't realize that Freeman had left him there, and Rubel nearly picks that one off.
Nah, he's a D lineman.
I was gonna say those were the. If we had more DB practice with Rubel, if we'd played him at corner instead of Manship, maybe he would have snagged that one. Dish it in. Freeman gets bumped by Schilling.
Gonna be Luke's third.
So Luke's got 3. Caden's got 3.
The thing I don't like about that is Luke picked that up not guarding Braylon Mullins.
Yeah. He did good because he picked one up on the very first possession of the game, and he's really done good since then.
He has.
Mullins from the volleyball line. He's got 35. Loring falls down but finds Manship, who finds Powers, who finds the rim.
Yep, rolls around, comes out.
Mullins to Willard. Ball movement to Brown to Mikey Johnson, lays it up and in.
It's a really nice move from Johnson.
He's got 14, which is right at his season average. Coach Bechtel's going to take a timeout. It's going to give us a chance to hear from our friends at Paxton Farm Sweet Corn.
Discover the taste of summer at Paxton Farm Sweet Corn. Located just north of Maxwell, 2 miles west of State Road 9 on 600 North. Our sweet corn is handpicked, bringing sunshine to every bite. But that's not all. Capture picturesque memories in our fields of vibrant sunflowers, perfect for photos. Bring the joy of Paxton Farms sweet corn to your summer gatherings. Visit us today and experience the sweetness that keeps people coming back for more. Find us on Facebook, Paxton Farms Sweet Corn. Paxton Farms Sweet Corn, the sweetest taste of summer.
Thank you to Paxton Farms, our longest running sponsor of the Eastern Hancock Sports Network.
Let's execute a little bit.
Freeman with the steal.
I think there's a lot of plays we're trying tonight that we get away with against 90% of the teams we play.
Yep, I think you're right.
It's the teams called New Pal, Greenfield, and possibly Wapahani that they don't work against. And I guess Centerville this year.
Northeastern. I mean, our schedule's been better. Rubel no good on that one. Tucker Brown with a rebound. But yeah, you're right. That's kind of the duality of our schedule. Mullins with the step back volleyball line three.
And Schilling.
Let's see it on the replay.
I don't know. I'm sure there was some contact, but it's that's kind of one of those NBA calls. Schilling just kind of rolled his eyes. This is odd in the third quarter. There's nobody playing deep, like no Greenfield guys, like it's a technical foul or something. Luke Manship is. Wait.
What?
They wouldn't let it was on three. My bad. It was a 3-point. Trying to figure out why they wouldn't let Manship come in for Schilling, but it was because there was a 3-point attempt. I was like, he shot a free throw. He's got to get in. Freeman comes out, Brown comes out, so it's Robertson and Brady Johnson. No, Cole Mullins comes in. Now Johnson comes in, so that's probably the last we've seen of Braylon Mullins. Yeah, that's going to be an even 40 for him.
I got him at 41.
Do you? Oh, I didn't put that last one down. That's not a bad night, not a bad 3 quarters. Not even 3 quarters.
Mikey Johnson with the steal, and it goes out off of him.
Yeah, they're going to say hit the ball, and it was the momentum of the ball being blocked that caused him to fall, lost his balance. So how do you beat this Greenfield team?
I'd say start with not turning it over as much.
That probably helps. I don't know that we're moving the ball fast enough most of the time. Good job, Loring.
Hits the 3. Well, I think we're not moving the ball fast enough, and you talked about sometimes it's as much of we haven't seen this since New Pal.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you get used to doing things because they work, and sometimes moving the ball slower works. And as Willard drills that 3, I think if we played this level of competition every night, maybe not this level, but if we played really good competition every night, like Greenfield does, I think you'd see us get more used to the speed of the game and the tempo of the game.
Bechtel was not happy with that lack of urgency there at the end of the quarter.
By the way, here's Johnson's dunk.
That was a nice dunk. I'm just thinking ahead for them. Who beats them and how? I mean, obviously you got to have a talented team. There's a lot of kids. We've seen Boston Willard. He's like 20-something tonight.
Yeah.
They got a lot of guys who can do damage.
Well, I mean, in their sectional, they've got Mount Vernon. That was a 5-point game last week.
Yeah.
So, they've got a tough sectional, and then when you get past that, you got a tough regional. I mean, but they have the team that they can make a run. This is a team that can make a run. So you want to do our trivia question?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so our Dave's Express Care Car Wash and Grill trivia question. Eastern Hancock's been playing in this gym since 1972. Who is the only Greenfield player prior to Braylon Mullins, who just got 41 tonight? So I made this trivia question, obviously, before the game. Who's the only Greenfield player to ever score 40 points or more in this gym?
That's a good question.
So I went ahead. I did the top 10 list of top 10 games, like scoring games in this gym. And there's one Greenfield player on the list. So who is the only Greenfield-Central player to ever score 40 or more in this gym?
I have about 3 kids I could guess, and that's it. I don't know a lot of the Greenfield history. But I do know they had a pretty good player that went to Purdue. Fourth quarter gets underway, and again, it's running clock at this point. A lot of subs in for the Cougars. Loring gets in the lane, but loses the ball.
Loring and Brady Johnson fighting for it. Goes out of bounds. Will stay with the Royals.
Yep. I think like Bechtel's just looking for his team to execute and do the little things right now, right? You're taking a beating, you live with it, but like give effort, do what you're supposed to do what you've been coached to do. I feel like Robertson had a good game against us last year.
I think he did. Oh, that was his first 3 attempted on the season.
Wow, of course it was.
Got some good guesses coming in. Ryan Reed, John Hamilton, Matty Wise, Josh Mullins.
Matty Wise.
I don't know. I couldn't remember. I can't find all of the girls' box scores. I don't remember if they played us here while
I don't think
she
so.
was in school. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't remember the last time our varsity girls played Greenfield.
Nice dish to Rubel.
I know we play them all through middle school.
So who was the only Greenfield player prior to Mullins tonight to score 40 in a game here in our gym?
A lot of guesses. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Keegan Carmody, Harry Miller, Hamilton again. Three no good. Rubel for the rebound. That was Mullins. All right, was that Cole Mullins?
Yep.
Shot that one.
I feel like if somebody would have told,
Loring's going to bank in the deep 3 from the volleyball line.
I feel like if somebody would have told Willard that there hadn't been a lot of 40-point scorers, he might have done that tonight too, the way he was shooting.
He had 19 in the first half.
Yeah, that was everything he put up went in.
Brady Johnson will take the deep 3, leave it short. Rubel, another board. Powers.
Good job,
Told you he's got one every quarter.
Yep. Rubel gets an assist.
Coach Bechtel going to take the timeout. With the running clock, we're not going to have a lot of time. You want to take a guess, Coach Knight?
Yeah, and I don't know the guy's first name, but Kirchhoff would be my guess because he's the only really high-level GC player I know.
Answer would be Keegan Carmody scored 41 here.
Wow.
On January 18th, 2003. That is tied with Kinsey Cook and now Braylon Mullins for the 4th most points in Eastern Hancock's gym.
All right, good job, Coach Dowd.
So Sherry Dowd got that one right.
I'm trying to think now, was there a Carmody that was the coach? That was his last name?
Dan, yeah.
Okay.
Then he's been at Union Modoc. I think he's now retired, but or at least no longer at Union Modoc.
That's a good question.
My other trivia question I had in the first half that I didn't get to use was this group of seniors for Greenfield has played a ton of games and a ton of gyms. This is the smallest gym that they've ever played a high school game in, a varsity game in. What's the second smallest gym that this group of Greenfield seniors has played in?
Oh, that's another good one. I don't know who's on their schedule.
Cole Mullins up top. You got Stevens in, Rutherford in for the Royals. Greenfield right now just looking to kind of run the clock.
Yeah, they've got
not really in attack mode.
some kids getting some minutes, get an opportunity just like that. Robertson gets it going down the lane. They play any IPS schools?
They do, but most of those IPS schools have
big
bigger,
gyms?
bigger gyms. Manship out to Loring. Over to Schilling, over to Rutherford in the corner.
Well, I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's not Newcastle.
Rutherford from the corner. Rutherford knocks home a 3.
Is it their own gym?
No. By the way, I believe the only person to hit a 2 tonight for us is Rubel. All the rest of our points have been 3s.
Wow.
Take there, no good. Blake Evans puts it back in. He's got his first points he got in the stat sheet. And this is the first time that we have given up 90 points in a game since that Alexandria game where
the double 50s.
Double 50s. Cole Mullins knocks home the 3. Yeah, the double 50s game where Victor Vince and can't think of the young man's name right now.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head. Both scored 50 in a game.
Only time in Indiana history that there's 2 50-point scorers.
Mitch Yagi, that was the kid's name. Brady Johnson into the scoring column here as well.
I'm fairly certain my score sheet is completely inaccurate at this point, other than Mullins and Willard's point totals.
Loring wants that one, gets it over to Stevens. He'll take the corner 3. Manship with the offensive board. Loring drives through, finds Rutherford. Oh, I thought that was a double dribble, but the ref said he didn't have it. Schilling gets in there and gives us 2-pointer from somebody not named Rubel. Guesses on that one: Morristown, Hoosier Gym, Mount Vernon.
Yeah, Hoosier Gym would not be the second smallest, right? Because that's smaller than us.
That's smaller than us. I didn't know. If they've played in the Hoosier Gym, then that would be the smallest. But I didn't have them playing any varsity games in the Hoosier Gym. Brady Johnson's going to be fouled by Loring.
Did they play Morristown?
They played in a tournament at Morristown last year.
Okay.
And so Morristown is the correct answer. The second smallest gym that they've played in.
I was just trying to think of other smaller schools they played, and it's like, maybe LaPel, maybe Frankton, some teams around here. And
yep.
That's another good question. Good job by you tonight, twice. You brought your A game for trivia-wise.
Hinton and Van checking in, 2 of the JV guys coming in here in this varsity contest.
See if they're going to – we saw Van dunk in the JV game. See if they can get him free here.
Hinton, good saves there by the Cougars.
Yeah, and this is –
and Hinton scores to give them an even 100. Stevens no good. Van knocks it out of bounds. They said they played in the Hoosier Gym last year. I don't know when they played. I didn't know that. So I didn't realize they played a varsity game in the Hoosier Gym. I knew they'd summer league and stuff like that. So that's my bad on. Luke no good. Van with the rebound.
Luke was tired, didn't want to play the last 30 seconds of the game, so he picked up his 5th. And this is going to be a tough one to swallow, but we just ran into a buzzsaw. And if this is a team that's playing in whatever it's called now, Conseco, Banker's Life.
I would not be surprised.
No. Gainbridge, I don't even, whichever one it is at this point, but not to mention they're a couple of classes ahead of or higher than us. Come on, Zach. So for those of you who tuned in to watch future UConn player Braylon Mullins, he did put on a show in the 3 quarters he was in.
Yes, he did. He was impressive tonight.
Boston Willard also had a fantastic game.
So we want to thank everyone. I want to throw the donate thing back on the screen here. If you watched the game tonight, again, whether you are a Eastern fan, a Greenfield fan, our athletic department relies on the dollars of people coming in and buying tickets and watching the game. So, and we, like I said, we just do this for the fun of it. That's why we don't charge. That's why we don't do anything. We want to thank everybody. Hopefully, again, we did a good job tonight. But if you want to donate to Eastern Hancock Athletics, feel free to scan that code as we add up our scoring totals.
Mine's not accurate. I lost track somewhere in the
I'll
fourth
let you
quarter.
talk
Sorry.
while I add up the scoring totals.
Absolutely. Here. So the Royals, we were on the other side of this last night, not quite 100 points, but we had a really, really handy win against Union County. And, so obviously swapped tonight. We head into another Friday, Saturday night doubleheader next week with one more the week after that. We're making up for some lost time when we had one game over Christmas break. Our second game, it would have been the weekend we got back from school, got postponed due to weather. So from the Saturday before Christmas, we played one game until last night. So Royals going to be getting, I don't know, I was going to say hot and heavy, but that's probably not the thing. It's going to come fast and furious. There we go.
So quick rundown of stats. I'll start with Eastern Hancock. They were led in scoring for the second night in a row by Caden Powers. He had 12 points on 4 3-pointers. Caden Rubel had 10 to go along with 4 rebounds. Luke Schilling with 8, Landon Loring with 8, Eli Manship with 5, and Caleb Rutherford with 3. For the Greenfield-Central Cougars, Braylon Mullins led the way with 41. Boston Willard had 24. Michael Johnson with 16. And then Cole Mullins with 3. Tucker Brown with 3. Dallas Freeman with 3. Cooper Robertson had 4, my bad. Cooper Robertson with 4. Blake Evans with 2. Brady Johnson with 2. And Cooper Hinton with 2. A couple other things to note. I told you that was the last time we gave up 90 in a game was against Alexandria in 2012. Last time we gave up 100 in a game, 1995 against Cambridge City Lincoln.
Wow.
It was the last time that we gave up 100 in a game. So that is, again, something that Eastern Hancock, we are a pretty good defensive team. So kudos there to the Cougars for how they played tonight. And like you said, they're a fun team to watch. I hope that we get to watch them in the future to have success because they are a lot of fun to watch and they have the guys to do it. So
best of luck to them.
Best of luck to them. You said next weekend.
We are home against Monroe Central Friday night, and then we're on the road against Shenandoah. And you said we will not be live streaming Shenandoah because it's the 9-star game of the week.
So we'll obviously have the Monroe Central game. Shenandoah is 9-star game of the week. Plus, Shenandoah typically does their own live stream. They do a nice job up there. So I'll email their AD and just confirm that and make sure. But as long as they're going to do it and 9-star is going to do it, then we will let them do it that weekend and not try to take up too much space. So you have a Paxton Farms player of the game?
On our team, I don't know. Nobody stood out to me. I mean, I like the hustle. I like the effort from the kids. I don't know. Caden Powers had a 3 in every quarter. Rubel had a 2 in every quarter. But it was like nobody stood out as being spectacular tonight over one of their teammates. I thought we gave good effort against a really good team.
I thought we did too. I'm going to go ahead and give it to Caden Powers as our Paxton Farms player of the game. If it was for the Cougars, you could very easily pick Mullins, but I would probably say Willard.
I would
high,
too.
Or at least a season high scoring for Willard. His previous season high was 18 against Fishers. He had 24 tonight. He had a nice game. So. Again, we want to thank everybody who tuned in tonight, and we appreciate all of you. Again, final score, Greenfield-Central 100, Eastern Hancock 46. We will see you guys next time.